SRS. This is one of the important steps in the software development life cycle or software process, whatever. Okay, or development. So I read software development. All your project work started. The SRS is completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they gave a template. Is it what should be there in SRS?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can anybody tell who didn't understand properly about SRS in that project phase? What do you want to know about this? Later I will tell what I supposed to tell. Who did not understand the essence of SRS or what exactly being doing in the project? Can anybody come forward? All understood about the SRS, etc. Well, fine. See, SRS, software development, the software project lifecycle starts with the capturing the requirements of the project. Developing product or a service is nothing but catering and taking the requirement of the next level. Gathering documentation, managing the requirement is the key success of any project. So you would have done, and you mean your project title or anything given by your professors, fine. In case you still after that also you will check, right, where you can test, where you can deploy some checks you will do, but fine. So like that, then according to the industry average, more than 90% of the software projects fail due to faulty or incomplete requirement capturing. Anybody agree, or anybody have anything to debate on this, or anybody want to add any points on this? Few projects, okay. The project name is Oregon. The project type is healthcare exchange web-based application. It's developed in the United States. Project cost was almost 200 million in 2012 and 14. They say because of the incomplete or a poor SRS. See, once this project is failed, they say, see, we come to know analysis will be done only when it is failed, isn't it? We do just that way. So another project name is Knight Capital. It's a retail brokers at US, and project cost was $440 million. And it was, the development was taken up during the 2012. So here also SRS was poorly done. Next, cost of Mumbai Metro project increased from 2,356 crores to 400 crores. Again, because of poor SRS. Especially Mumbai Metro, most of the cost or a time they lost because of acquiring the land, which was underestimated later, was not a part of project. Then they had to acquire, and when you acquire, you should pay the compensation, etc. So that is the way. Next. Now, anybody know BlackBerry? There was on the mobile phone was there, handset BlackBerry.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, yeah. So BlackBerry 9500 launched in the market to compete with Apple's iPhone. Highly volatile market, which demanded for the performance. Unfortunately, the Storm did not perform as expected. It had various flaws in the technology. Okay, what is those? For we engineers, that is our commercial. What were the technology flaws? No Wi-Fi, memory captivity, touch features. Due to all these issues, customer is reluctant to buy BlackBerry Storm, resulting in a low price or a no resale value. So with all these things, because of these small examples, we should make it SRS properly. See here, as per the IEEE standard 610.12-1990, I am reading here. SRS is the discipline that explains the externally imposed condition on a proposed computer system and tries to identify the capabilities that will meet those imposed condition, and recording the same in the form of documentation is called the SRS. Hope you understand, and you can ask me later. Till now we were talking about now when I say SRS, where it sits in a project development life cycle or a software development life cycle. Now you're aware of it, right? And we were trying to tell, if we don't do SRS properly, what happens? Now, in the types of requirements, we told you have to collect the requirements gathering of a project. We should do. What are the types of requirement gathering one has to do for the project? Now you tell me, you saw no development, coding, testing. Yes, Ankit, true. It has to be freezed. It has to be signed by both developer, stakeholders, everybody. Then you start working. Anywhere bug or any fault comes, first I go to the SRS and see what is written there. Tomorrow, Lotus is ready to release. They will say, okay, top right corner, you put our logo with yellow color flashing. First, I'll open my SRS and see, have they told that initially or not? If they're told, if you're done, one will be on bench, right? We will incorporate. Otherwise, we will be charged. If it's a minimal incorporation time, no problem. Major thing, it will be charged. Again, we'll refreeze the SRS, correct it. Next time we refer that. Can anybody tell which phase takes more time according to you? Harsha Maurya, 80. Are you there? 80. Kunal, 90. Serial number, PNR number 90. Mohit, Saunak Kiran, 100. Nimisha, 114. Yeah.
Planning and developing phase.
Huh?
Planning and developing phase.
Okay, you feel planning and development. Fine. Mini hotel planning. Anybody else? Okay, somebody is telling feasibility. Okay, another person in SRS, no, non-functional requirement gathering may take long time. Development. Or I'll ask coding, testing, SRS, designing, which takes more? 134 Prashant. Your answer? Mona Lisa designing. Fine. Priyanka design. Priyanka Sharma 142. What is your answer? Sachin 155. What is your answer?
SRS, ma'am.
SRS. See, it's nothing like what is wrong, what is right. Okay, whatever you told, answer. But I just give a thought to you. I just give a direction to you guys. Say if a project is, you may be knowing nowadays RTO, this one, road transport system, RTO they want to automate, right? If that is the one project, and there's a lot of you can see Amitabh Bachchan coming and telling Gujarat, you visit something like that. Cultural heritage, the digitizing. That is all. See, the cultural and heritage digitization of Karnataka or Gujarat or any other state, that takes long time. SRS takes because you have to collect the SRS, the requirement gathering, requirement elicitation we call. Before SRS, we collect the requirements first. That we consult tribal people, we consult government organization, we cover everything, then we start the project report. That takes more time. And if it is a now AI based some algorithm or by the shortest door you have to find out in a respective mall, then it is design phase takes long time. And if it is like a multi-dimensional project, in the sense smart city, you tell smart city is a multi-dimensional project, multi-technology project. Smart city means you should know about network, we should know the algorithm, AI and the MLD analytics. We should have a lot of sensor IoTs involved. It's a various factors. So their testing plays very important. So what I'm trying to tell, but it goes by the nature of the project. Otherwise, the design text, according to me, if you ask, my answer will be design. So if they ask, anybody ask which phase takes, you can tell whatever you want. And if they specify the project, take a minute, think, understand, and answer. Okay. In the second round interview also, your marks is not for your answer. Marks is how you answer. Say, for example, very, very simple thing is whatever we ask, except that we will be telling a lot of other things relevant to that. No, understand the question. If required, ask another question with politely and clarify your question, then answer. Don't hurry to answer. If you don't answer, no problem. Answering something is very, very not correct. Say, simple thing could be what is shell. You must only define what you may answer. Except scripting language, we tell everything. So like that. You have to practice when some question is answered, you have to complete. When question is asked in the final round, you are expected to answer in 10 to 12 words. So it's your duty to put what word 10 to 12 words. No, it is used there. It can be used for debugging. No. Those things you should object to Sapatana. If you don't know, you say no. If you're not clear about question, ask that, clarify the question. If you know, you answer clearly. Okay. Well, these types of requirements. Here, functional requirements, non-functional requirements, interface requirements in our Lotus project. Let us keep that in our mind because we started with that, right? And there you have to identify functional requirements of Lotus project, non-functional requirements of Lotus project, interface specification of a Lotus project. So each one is explained. We'll go through here. Functional requirement is given, set of requirement that defines what system will do. Okay, we'll capture business logic. I don't know, all these things make sense for us to take up the design. It is before design, right? All these things are before design. So example, here I've given web-based taxi service e-Lecture system software. It captures the main page details, parameters, different types of roles, people like that. One example is given for functional requirement. Then comes non-functional requirement of the project. Its functional requirements are supported by non-functional requirement. Doesn't mean A separated. It's not like that. Okay. Functional requirement is supported by non-functional requirement. The quality attributes, the design, and architecture constraints that must have a called non-functional requirement. Few examples are, you need to know whether a particular project you're developing, it should be available 24/7 or not.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, tell me.
Ma'am, functional requirement are supported by non-functional requirement. Can you please elaborate this?
Sure. See, I'll just see, system should be available for 24/7. Okay, in the sense, you think you have joined Mindtree and you're developing Casper Sky project, some antivirus project. Okay, and that way is a question of 24/7. It's a product you're selling and you're over with that, right? So it's not at all applicable. Then car rental system. Yeah, of course, it should be available car in 30 seconds. So you have to make that. See, they say car should, when they book allotment or rejected, in either case, it should be known by 2 minutes or 30 seconds. Okay, that is one functional requirement. This is non-functional requirement. They say that should, if you know this, car should be either you provide the service or reject, give appropriate message. Both are correct. Not necessary to allot a car once I book. But you can say, sorry, it's very busy. You can try again. You will try your wish, or you may go to Rapido, left to you. So this helps us to design the functional requirement. Okay, that way. So that you will design your messages appropriately, accordingly. You will pop it up after 30 seconds. Am I correct?
Okay.
Like that, no, I can tell, like the system should adhere to X.5.9 standard. What is X.5.9? Anybody tell? It is a PKA. See, login service, no? Sometimes some of the application, they want this security is in place. Okay, IRTC, bank, they all, your login is enabled with X.5.9 or a authentication based, okay? But it's very heavily designed. You need to develop such a way login mechanism. Though, when you want to log into the ICICI bank, you will give username, password, that's all. And you will get a captcha. Maybe there in some of the banks, I don't know, but you will get a login. Fine. But backend, so much work, validation, evaluation, checking, cross-checking would have happened, right? Or last time, how many machines you logged in earlier? Like the first time if you're logging from that machine, that message also will be popped up through SMS. कितना काम होता है backend पे? Yes or no? Yes or no? Ankit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
See that हमारे लिए तो nothing, like we just log in and it works fine, but backend, so now Google also started sending, no, you are logged in from new message, new device, is it okay? Like that, whatever it is. So what I'm trying to tell is, see here, I'm reading system should adhere to X.5.9 standard. This is mainly for banking and some of the SEBI applications, all this, what they call credit card and shareholders thing, okay? But can you apply this into the Lotus project? Should we apply to the Lotus project also, Pranam? Anshul? No, yeah, itna क्यों? अरे Lotus तो इतना ये तो first of all children's, that to autism children's, that too is not at all connected to the public. It is a standalone desktop system, isn't it? Your connected internet is barred only to the LAN environment. The deployment works. अरे हमें engineers के लिए इतना तो समझ में अक्ल होना चाहिए कहाँ क्या apply करना क्या apply नहीं करना. So that way, these are they don't tell you. We don't want X.5.9. That our doctors won't tell. But we should not think or develop with X.5.9. Same way, banking guy won't tell you develop my login system keeping the PKI and or public infrastructure or X.5.9. He won't tell, but it's our duty to keep. Anybody has objection on this, Nimisha? See, we are engineers. We are engineering the project. So various factors we should keep in the mind depending upon the project. At that time, when you come to the developmental stage, you will take care of it. That's why the young children, when you are young now, we teach everything. When required, you know which one to read, it will more and take up the project development. Okay, fine, good. Now, some of the quality attributes to the system which forms non-functional requirement are performance, availability, usability, security, etc. Okay, from developer's perspective, includes reusability, testability, maintainability, and probability. You read. Anybody not understood? You can always reach me tomorrow, today afternoon or tomorrow. Okay, can I move on to the next slide? Or anybody want me to explain some use cases? Now, I taught 3 types of SRS. Now I will be talking about the interface specification. Maybe something like that you would have taken care in your project reports also. They would have given a structure, no? You would have developed in something in similar lines. Yeah, interface specifications. It defines how the system will interact with the external system. Should it work in only LAN, WAN, standalone, etc. Fine. IRTC system, if I say don't interact with internet, is it possible? No, yeah. And next, interface specification helps in building different systems in such a fashion that they can seamlessly interact with each other to produce the desired outcome. Yeah, all based on the project you are developing. Let us go back to IRTC. Have you heard anytime IRTC hacked? I never heard. Have you heard? No. Anshul, when? Tell me when it was hacked. Tell me. It cannot be hacked. IRTC. It's a proud Indian.
In earlier days, but I'm not going to take. I'm just guessing.
Okay. See, very alternate day you find DST project website is hacked and somebody will say, yes, we hacked it, we blanked the data, they tell in ISI, somewhere in some country, Chinese or all.
When they hack, they just change some logo or something.
Okay. Okay. Like otherwise, okay. But IRTC is our proud application of Indians. You open the website, it is so beautiful and never hangs, never ever hangs, always available. I mean, what it's supposed to do, always it does. And even at the peak time for Tatkal booking, so many will log in. Okay. And it won't hang, it won't collapse like anything. It will say, response is slow or ticket is full, not possible. It will get such an appropriate message and nobody knows whether it is in Antarctica or US or India, whether it is in Dharwad, we don't know. We know multiple servers. We don't know who developed it also. People say Sweden, people say Tata, TCS. We don't know. Whatever it is, it's our Indian application. Never ever hacked. I mean, okay, somebody said it's hacked. Okay, I don't know, but it is. I feel very proud for that UID application. See, recently they say they hacked our other database. Okay, nowadays nobody wants money. Nobody only wants information. They want Divya's name, Divya's email ID, Divya's mobile number. That's it. They don't want money from me. They do a lot of things, but they'll send me how to say flight details. They want to tell you open an Axis Bank account. Those are the things. Try searching. They say Zomato has offer. It's a big business, in fact. Okay, fine. As I know you people have done, but as a part of theory, my duty to explain you about SRS. Otherwise, you all will tell her, oh, she didn't teach anything like that. Okay, requirement in order to SRS, you should know feasibility study would have been done. Requirement elicitation you should do. That means feasibility study in the Lotus. Can anybody say any one project which you have chosen for your this DAC? Anybody? Kunal Bari, what is your project? Ashish Balpande, what is your project? E-commerce. Okay. Okay. E-commerce means what is exactly title? Nischala? Nischal, what is the title of your project? Okay, follow chalo, okay. Any web like okay, fine. So in your case, okay, we know anybody can do Flipkart kind of project, online shopping software project. Otherwise, we just check once, and if it is say smart city IoT, or it can be Lotus project or e-commerce project, airline management system. Again, it is e-commerce or website based only. Yeah, now in the DAC we give that kind of project only because you should be able to do quickly within that 1 month time. No, so otherwise in organizations, let us take Lotus only. Okay, first we will understand whether do we have a can we do it, and it is a group engineers will do. Okay, good. Thanks, Anand. Okay, now okay, enough, Arvind. I saw the requirement elicitation means you will collect for that particular Lotus project. Okay, you will collect the points from doctor's website, their website, or your friend, or your group meetings, or you will meet the doctors once again. So we have our own way of collecting elicitations collection. We have to collect them. And finally, we not collect junk. We collect inputs relevant to that particular project. Lotus project means we ask, okay, what is autism? That will be you will record. Okay, then autism with 1 year, 2 year, what are the symptoms? What is required for autism child with autism 10 years? Like that, we collect everything first. Everything relevant, then we collect what is multimedia means what. Okay, then multimedia in their context, what exactly they need. They want a big music or mild music, or what music should be put, isn't it? We don't know, engineers. So we collect from them what type of music is required, what should be the decibel allowed. Children's, no, they may say only birds music or something. We don't, just car and all don't want for children's. Like that, they give lot of requirement. We are not domain guys. Everything जो भी चाहिए वो project development करने के लिए हमसे पूछ के record करना है, और इसको somebody should. Software engineering practice means what? You let us assume Arvind and Anand completed the requirement elicitation for Lotus project. They read, reviewed, many times they conducted meeting, visited, whatever they did, they completed the report as per the CDAC has a format for recording the requirement specification. They have done it. After that, what we should do, somebody should review and approve it, isn't it? Then we show to the doctors, clients also, and our management. Finally, when all are agreeing upon, we take it up. Then we start doing the SRS. Okay, then specifying the validating the requirements and requirement man. How do you manage all these things? It's a theoretical thing, you can do it. So this is the use case which I explained in the beginning. With this, my session is over. I will show demo of one SRS.